Good day and welcome to the Sport Rep Show. This is Jesse Jackson Kauraitha updating you on the latest sports news in and beyond Namibian borders. And now let us go to the latest on the hit list. Acting Secretary General of the Namibia Football Association, Jochen Trott, says his work at the NFA is not finished yet and he will focus on the work that remains. Appointed on an interim basis in July last year, Trott served alongside the erstwhile FIFA Normalization Committee. The future of the Secretary General, however, hangs in the balance given that the NFA has elected a new leadership. Newly elected NFA President Robert Shimoshili said while it is still too early to discuss Trott's future, Trott has done a great job. We move on now to the stadiums, and these stories coincide because the Secretary General has also mentioned that the stadiums needs to be fixed and all. Round 10 and 11 of the Debmarine Namibia Premiership are scheduled to take place this weekend. The Namibia Football Association has announced. The NFA released fixtures in this regard and stated that the matches will be held at the Sam Nujoma Stadium. However, the city of Windhoek has said there will be no matches at this stadium, domestic or international, or in the immediate future, contrary to reports. The Sam Nujoma Stadium has structural shortcomings that, as per a CAF directive, must first be resolved. The defects are deemed dangerous and must first be resolved, the city said. In addition, the city announced that the Commersdale Stadium is only available for First Division soccer leagues due to the capacity of the facility. It is indeed one of those things that has been troubling Namibian football over the past couple of months. Well, the new president of the association said that they will do anything in their power to make sure that there is at least football pitches for teams to play on, and that is one thing the NFA Secretary General himself, Jochen Trott, is also vying for and hoping that can happen in the near future. We know that the two stadiums are not of CAF standards, that is the Namibia, the Independence Stadium and the Sam Nujoma Stadium. Namibia Premier Sports betting company PST Bet today announced the sponsorship of 900,000 towards the Commerce Nampol FC. The sponsorship will run for 3 years, with the police team getting 300,000 a year. Sport Rep was at the event and compiled this for you.
Mr. Robert Shimoshili, our NFA President, Mr. Ashbala Vilmona, the Chairperson of Commerce Nampol Football Club, Ms. Christofina Kaupua, the Vice Chairperson of Commerce Nampol Football Club, Ms. Monica Chapo, the Council of Namibia Football Association, members of the media, my colleague, the PST Bet family, all invited guests. Good afternoon. First, I would like to congratulate Mr. Shimoshili on your new role as Namibia Football Association President. We believe that the soccer house is in good hands under your leadership. Congratulations once again.
Thank you very much.
Distinguished guests, media present, ladies and gentlemen, sponsorship is a major part of PST Bet strategy and has been vital in helping to develop our brand nationally. We create deep relationship and partnership with the clubs, teams, venues, and events that we sponsor. We are not interested in simply putting a logo on the team t-shirt or billboard. We are in it for the love of the game. I'm indeed delighted to formally announce that PST Bet, as of today, become the official sponsor of Commerce Nampol Football Club. This sponsorship will run for a period of 3 months. 3 years, sorry. Yeah, it's a 3 years sponsorship, which is worth 900,000 Namibian dollar. That means PST Bet will be paying, will sponsor, it's a 300,000 every year. We are working hand in hand to bring supporters closer to the sport and to create memories that will last a lifetime. It is a great privilege to partner with Commerce Nampol Football Club, the club that established itself and they are really forced in the Namibian Premier League this season. As you already aware that PST Bet is also an official sponsor of Eshoke Chula Chula Football Club, which is currently playing in the Namibian Premier League. From now on, the PST logo will feature prominently on the front of Commerce Nampol Football Club, playing jerseys across all competitions. And this jersey will be available for replica sale later on. With this sponsorship of another Premier League team, we strive to diversify our sponsorship portfolios. By becoming the title sponsor of Commerce Nampol Football Club, we further cement our commitment to promote and supporting sport in Namibia. In conclusion, we look forward to this new venture and trust that it will bring confidence and commitment to the player and support of the sport. Thank you.
Well, the PST Bet has been involved in football in recent years, and this is just one of their commitments. They have already committed, that is to Eshoke Chula Chula from the north side of Namibia with over $1 million. So they are there, and now the Commerce Nampol, they have also contributed, that is to the Governors Cup that has been doing rounds in football circles over the couple of months. We hope that this sponsorship will bring Namibian football back to its glory days and more sponsors will come on board, because remember, there are 16 teams in the league and they will all require to have a sponsorship if they are to go forward. The Namibia Football Association NFA extended an invitation to all primary schools in Walvis Bay, Swakopmund and Arandis to participate in the upcoming FIFA Grassroots Festival. This one-day festival, slated for Tamareskia Stadium in Swakopmund on 2nd December, aims to promote player participation and development while fostering a safe, fun and inclusive environment for girls to enjoy football. Only 15 girls per school are allowed in the tournament that caters to under 13 players. According to Lugas, 4 schools from Walvis Bay and 2 from Swakopmund confirmed their participation at the festival. We will now go for a short break, and after that it will be the spotlight. Please don't go away.
we've always had the bravery to stand up for what is Namibian, from protecting our homes to fighting injustices. We still celebrate what it means to us and raise a glass to those who show their bravery. No matter how they take on the world, with all this potential in the land of the brave, what will you do to make this Namibia your Namibia?
In today's spotlight, we have Yvonne Brinkman as the organizer of the FNB Sandman Triathlon. Brinkman speaks about the event and what it entails. It will take place, that is, in the coastal town of Swakopmund in December. Here is more from Brinkman. Well, it is the time of the year again. We are heading into December, and you know that the coast is always the sport hub. And of course, that is the FNB Sandman Triathlon, once again taking place in Swakopmund. So I'm joined here, that is by Miss Yvonne Brinkman, who is the organizer of this event. She has been doing it for a number of years now. Well, Ms. Brinkman, welcome to the studio.
Thanks a lot, Jesse.
All right. The FNB Sandman is always an interesting event. I've actually witnessed a few of those. So tell us, what do we expect this year?
Okay, it's a triathlon, and I think maybe I must explain to the audience, not everyone's familiar with triathlon. It consists of a swim, then a bike, and then a run, and everything happens consecutively. So that's a triathlon. Then we offer different distances. The shortest distance is the mini, and the longest is the ultra. And the ultra is a 1.9 kilometer swim, 90k bike, 21k run, but we offer lots of different distances. And yeah, the FNB Sandman has been going for 15 years. So I think it's become a bit of a Namibian institution. Like you said, it heralds in the beginning of the festive season. There's a lot of excitement. Most of the schools are on holiday. So we have I think this year we've got over 50 people under 12 participating. So we really seeing the youth coming through. So it's a lot of excitement and a lot of camaraderie. It's an interesting event because it caters to both the elite athletes and to the recreational people, and the young and the old. So it's a very broad spectrum that we cater for in this institution of an event, the FNB Sandman.
FNB Sandman Triathlon. Do we expect international participants?
We usually have international. I mean, last year we had Conrad Stoltz, who's I think 7 times world champion Xterra, and I always get an email from Rolf Schlick, who's one of our German participants. He won't be coming, but he always sends me an email like missing the triathlon, wish I could be there. And we usually have a few South Africans and Zimbabweans.
We do have obviously as you mentioned there, these international participants that always gel up the competition. Who are some of our locals that we can expect to grace the presence?
I had a look at the participant list. The entries are still open, and some people enter quite late, so I can't give you all the competitions. But I think the sprint distance is going to be very interesting because triathlon has really grown amongst the youth, and it's grown to an international standard. At the Youth Commonwealth Games just recently, we had 4 of our triathletes competing. It was Nathan Chase, Chloe Rousseau, Maya Brinkman, and Fourie, and they all did really well. Maya got a podium. So internationally, we're really seeing triathlon coming to the fore, and I think it's a lot to thank from FNB for all their years of support and actually grooming the youngsters who are now 16 and not so small anymore.
Yes.
So
what does the sponsorship entails? You mentioned that the FNB is there, or is that in-house information?
Well, they give, I can't recall the exact amount offhand, so a certain amount, a lot of it goes into prizes. Like I said, we have lots of different categories, and we also have teams and individuals, so it goes into the prizes. Then we always do, I think, pretty iconic T-shirts. They usually, they're a Roxy shirt, or they're Quicksilver, or they're a Rooker, or they're a technical shirt. So all our participants get those shirts. And then obviously it's the logistics. I think we've probably got over 100 volunteers. Actually not volunteers because I pay everyone, otherwise they don't always pitch in. So we've got over 100 people just helping us with all the logistics, because if you think that it's a swim, bike and run, it's 3 events in one, so you've got to cater for all of those. You get the NAMPOLs involved, traffic is involved, the NSRI, which is the Namibian Sea Rescue Institute's involved. So there are lots of parties that we have to mobilize and get it all going.
Yes, definitely, and that takes us to the safety of the whole competition. How is that organized?
Yeah, so safety is always, personally as an organizer, it's always a concern. I mean, I think life in general holds risks. I mean, that's just life. It could be the kids playing on the playground, it could be going on holiday. Life is always full of risks, and obviously you try and mitigate that. So we have volunteers on the water. This swim takes place in the Mauler, unlike the Jetty Mile, which is, so it's a more protected, more controlled environment. The run is fine. It's mainly on pavements and on the promenade. The cycle is always a bit of a concern because we don't have road closure, but we try and take routes that the cyclist is naturally going with the traffic. We have marshals out there. On the Henties Bay Road, we have NAMPOL. So we have our own people driving up and down, just trying to make sure that everything is in order. Yeah.
You heard it. It is going to be an exciting event, an interesting one for that sake. There is a competition, however, where you will be required to enter and win. That is cash prizes. So that is one of the important stuff that is coming up, and that will be obviously shared as we continue with this one. But Ms. Brinkman, any idea in terms of what they are required to do?
Okay, so the competition, we've run it, I think this is the 3rd or 4th year. I mean, I myself, after 15 years of organizing things, they get a bit blurred into what happens. So we've done it for a number of years. The person who wins the video competition wins 5,000 in cash. And in these times, I think anyone would be happy with that.
No, indeed. Indeed. I need a 5,000 for a vacation.
I also wouldn't mind that. I don't know if the organizers can enter. But yeah, so it involves doing a 30-second clip. And it can be on the day, you can incorporate your training, you can incorporate your family, your fans, whatever, the music, you can edit it. And then we'll be distributing the number, and then I don't know who does the judging. I don't do it. I can tell you that. I think it happens with DMH or somewhere else. They decide, and then there's 5,000 to be won.
There you heard it, viewers. 5,000 to be won, and it is indeed the FNB Triathlons, the Sandman, of course. Thank you so much, Ms. Brinkman. We hope to seeing more of this stories coming up, building up towards the event, obviously just to create that awareness to the fans and to those people that will probably be visiting the coast for the first time and that have never been at that event. Anything you want to add before we conclude?
No, I think you've covered. It's a fun event. When you combine the coast and Swakop in a coastal town with events and the number of people, we expect a record number, probably 400 participants. So we will close entries this year if we reach that number. But yeah, we're looking forward to hosting another FNB Sandman.
Well, it has been a pleasure having you in studio.
Thank you.
That is it.
Win a double trolley dash in our birthday bonanza while saving on these. Get 750-gram Nola Street Style Mayo for $27.99. 1 liter Clover New Mel for just $15.99. 500-gram Bacomo cornflakes for just $29.99. 2 times 1.25 liter Coca-Cola for $24.99. And 5 kg Top Score Super Maize for $59.99. See the details of our incredible double trolley dash competition at www.vurmanbrock.com.
In today's Golden Oldies, we remember Paulus Moses the Hitman, born 4th June 1978, who is a Namibian professional boxer who held the WBA regular lightweight title from 2009 to 2010. He retired on 20 October 2018, shortly after losing his WBO Africa middleweight fight in Accra, Ghana. On 3rd January 2009, Moses fought against the WBA lightweight champion Yasuke Kabori in Pacifico, Yokohama in Kanagawa Prefecture, Yokohama City in Japan. Moses won the fight on points and became the new world champion. Moses defended the title on 25 July 2009 by a unanimous decision over Takero Chimata. He is our legend for today. Our international correspondent Arya Ohat is up next. Stay tuned.
Good day everyone, time for international sports news, and starting off with tennis news first. It is men's team tennis. It is the Davis Cup quarterfinals taking place this week, and the finals being played on Sunday. All take place in Malaga in Spain. It is the defending champions of 2022 Canada that will start their campaign against Finland, and they again have Felix Auger-Aliassime as one of their star players. It is team tennis. It is 2 singles and 1 doubles match to determine the winner. Last year's finalist that lost in the final, that is Australia, will play on Wednesday against the Czech Republic. And then on Thursday, it is Italy, one of the favourites, playing against the Netherlands. And also on Thursday, it is England that's got a difficult task to play against Serbia. Serbia will have Novak Djokovic in their team, and that will be a strong contender. Obviously difficult to beat him, the world #1 player. England also battling at the moment. They have injuries. They're without Dan Evans, and also the experienced Andy Murray, also not able to play in the quarterfinals. The semi-finals will be closer to the weekend, and then the finals will be played on Sunday. Moving on to motor racing news, Formula 1 motor racing news, and this weekend coming, it will be the last race of the 2023 season. It was a season dominated by Red Bull Honda, to the extent that they've won 20 races, and only one race was won by another team. That was Ferrari that won one race. That was Carlos Sainz that won the 15th week. He won in Singapore. The other 20, it is Red Bull that dominated. 18 wins for Max Verstappen, and then also 2 wins for Sergio Perez. Max Verstappen crowned as a season winner quite a few weeks ago already. He's at the moment on 549 points, way clear of his teammate Sergio Perez on 273. And then Lewis Hamilton is third on 232 in his Mercedes-Benz. So lots to race for in the Constructors' Championship. For second position at the moment, it is Red Bull Honda on 822 points. They're way in front and winning that comfortably. And it is Mercedes-Benz on the 392, and just 4 points behind them, it is Ferrari on 388. So all to race for at Abu Dhabi. That is the next race, or the final race. It will be in Abu Dhabi this coming weekend. And that will be at the Yas Marina circuit. And to close off today's international sports news, it is golf news, and it's golf news from the initiative of Tiger Woods and Rory McIlroy. It's the virtual golf competition. It's a new competition that they wanted to launch on the 9th of January 2024, but it's been pushed out by a year to 2025, and that is because the roof of the facility collapsed, and that was because of a power outage. So it's not possible to fix it in time for the launch in January 2024. It's a virtual golf competition, and it will be 6 teams of 4 each, and most of the top 20 players in the current world rankings confirmed to play there. In 15, in fact, of the top 20 in the men's world rankings will be playing in this virtual golf competition. One notable absentee is Jon Rahm. He was meant to play. He did confirm in the beginning, and then later on said that he's not able to play because of scheduling. And there's a strong indication that he might join Live Golf, but that's all speculation at the moment. So then the virtual golf competition of Tiger Woods and Rory McIlroy only starting in 2025, and it will all take place from then in Palm Beach Gardens, that is in Florida. That's international sports news for today. Hope you have a great sport day, and we talk international sport again tomorrow. Goodbye.
Oh, that's wonderful! And that is what champions do!
If
feels good to football with GoTV.
Works space well and scores.
Nobody but GoTV gives you all the games of La Liga and the DStv Premiership.
This is extraordinary. Oh.
The Premier League and UEFA games that matter, and the world's favorite cup competitions. Get your Go Coder with 1 month of Super for only $799 to enjoy the football Vuma. GoTV. Love it.
And this brings us to the end of today's show. Sport Wrap will be back tomorrow to give you more news. From me, Jesse Jackson Kauraitha, it is goodbye.